Hey folks, I'm going to give you some of our best practices when picking polygons in AASPI for machine learning. So a couple of things I just want to cover is first the naming convention. So with machine learning, you'll need your validation polygons and your training polygons. I recommend to train them in a nice logical manner, something like I'm showing here, where you have the validation, the time, so in this case 1.904 milliseconds or seconds, and then the facies, the channel, or you can do a shorthand version of it too, like I usually do. Other best practices is to only pick on inlines or crosslines or time slices. And this is because if you do pick on more than one type of visualization, you are more likely to overlap your polygons. So if you pick on a time slice, you don't want that time slice polygon to accidentally include data from a polygon that you picked on inlines. Our third piece of advice is not to overpick. So we try to start with 4 to 5 training polygons for each facies, and then 1 or 2 validation polygons. And the other thing you want to watch out for is balancing your different facies types. And so this means if you have a large salt body that you've picked as a polygon, you may need to pick, several polygons of maybe some conformable sediments or MTDs in order to have about the same amount of data in each facies type. So now let me show you how to do this really quickly. So here we've got our new version of AASPI with our lovely 3D viewer in place. To get the polygons, we'll go to our artificial intelligence toolbox, into machine learning toolbox, and then into our supervised. And we'll click on generate regularized training data. So this is step 1. And what we want to do is plot and define our polygons. When we open that up, we'll have our AASPI co-render GUI pop up, and I'm going to move that to the side because I already prepped one. So in this case, you could plot 1, 2, or 3 different attributes. I've chosen to plot the energy ratio similarity for my data set, and the peak magnitude attribute also. So once I fill out all the information for the time, CDP, line number, hit execute co-render, I end up with a plot that looks like this. And so here we're looking at a time slice of the data I'm using for this example. We want to enter polygon mode. So right here, I'm entering polygon mode. You can leave it as facies 1, facies 2, facies 3. I'm going to put in channel as my facies, and then I will start picking. So in this case, I'm going to pick this higher magnitude channel body. And I know these colors aren't quite optimized, and Kurt would yell at me to use all the colors. But here I've got a polygon. What I want to do next is save my polygon to file. And so following that convention I showed you before, I'm going to call this one training underscore, I'm going to spell training right, training underscore 1848. That's the time slice I'm at. You could use your CDP or inline number, and then channel. I'll hit OK. I'll clear that polygon because it's been saved, and then I'll exit out of polygon mode. I can move down, look for some other interesting facies, and then I can just enter back into polygon mode and start picking those and save those in the same manner.